Hey everyone, this is V-Spot Josh from VSpotVapes.com, and today I'm going to go over the SMK Flagship, which is a US made mechanical mod, authentic mechanical mod. It's made in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we met these guys at the VCC Chattanooga convention last year. I think it was September or October, and we picked them up, and I've been vaping on it since then and just love it. It's just a really simplistic design. The machining on it, the craftsmanship is just really first rate, and it's nice that you can get an affordable US authentic mech mod at an affordable price. So a couple of things about this is that it's an 18652. I've got the Indulgence Mutation X V3 sitting on top, and with the dual coil setup at 0.4 ohms for those that are curious. And it uses ball bearings with a spring, so it's like a really tight tolerance in the bottom. It's just really easy. It's got a nice long throw, and it's got some resistance, so you can set this down on the table and not worry about it firing. And you know, a lot of people like the locking ring. I personally prefer not to. It just seems like it's a lot to kind of always be monkeying with. So I love this in that I don't have to worry about anything. I put my dripper on, my RDA on, and put a fresh battery in there, and then I just use it, and I can set it down. I don't have to worry about it firing because it doesn't have any magnets. I can slide it into my front pocket, not worry about it messing up my cell phone, speaker, or anything like that. And it's overall, it's just a very nice size. Here's a Panzer by MVC for comparison purposes. You can probably see it's about the same size. Of course, the Panzer's a little bit taller and a little bit larger diameter. But for those that are curious, I mean, that's kind of what you're looking at as a size comparison. And it uses brass fittings for better conductivity, I should say, with the battery, both in the bottom pin and the 510 pin, which is a floating pin up top. And that's nice too, because then you don't really have to worry too much about adjusting anything. You just put your RDA on, and you know, all you have to do is just kind of adjust the Delrin fitting inside the button to adjust for your battery rattle. As you can see, this thing is quiet. There's no battery rattle, and you know, it's just a very easy to use, pleasant to use device. So what I'm going to do is I'll come in for a closer view and kind of let you get a close-up of this. I just took one out of the packaging here. When it comes to you, it arrives in this nice cardboard tube, just kind of like a lot of other mech mods. It just kind of comes to you like that. It's protected. It's all fitted inside. So I got this copper one here. I'm going to go ahead and disassemble, and we'll kind of just go over what the internals look like. Again, it's pretty simplistic, not a whole lot going on. And then we'll pan back out and do a little bit of a little vape session here with some Koval Vapes Summer. This is a 30-70 mix, I believe, 30 PG, 70 VG. So as you can see, it's about half empty. Been hitting that pretty good. So yeah, let's go ahead and just we'll just do a little close up here and go over all the cool little insides and the engraving on the bottom here. That's the other thing. There's no engravings or logos on the device itself. It's very smooth, just really simplistic. So come on in for a closer look, and then we'll pan back out and give her another vape. All right, so here's a close-up view. Hopefully you can kind of get this in the light here so you can see the logo on the bottom, because I think it's pretty cool. Kind of try to get that angled there. Just has their little logo on the bottom, which of course is the Flagship, and then it just has, you know, the Flagship, and then the serial number, the number that it was made, and then of course SMK mods on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and take this apart, and the threading on here is very just smooth. You could literally just spin it almost, it seems like. It's just effortless to take this thing apart. So down here, I'll try to get this in the light a little bit better so you can kind of see in there. See if I can get a little bit of a zoom in action here. Maybe in the light. What I was hoping this so you could see, it's a black C clamp in there. Gosh, I'm sorry, trying to keep this in frame here. And you know, here's the button. So you've got your pen here. This thing is just not focusing for me at all. Let me zoom back out just a little bit there, see if that will help us out. So it's got a nice big button. It's silent. Then you've got the tube, just 18650 battery tube. I'm going to take this top part off. And this is that floating pin I was talking about. So you can see they're contrasted against the table. And so this will obviously, float back and forth. So as your RDA goes in, it'll push that down. These are all brass fittings and, great for conductivity. These actually, I believe, are actually copper. But on the stainless steel version, it's brass. So just to keep that in mind. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. So, you've got the button here, and this Delrin adjustment is pretty easy to adjust. Just to spin it, you just hold on to it and spin it to raise it up, and then back down to raise it down again. That'll help you out with your battery adjustment there. And I can put this guy back in here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's the SMK Flagship there. All right, so let's go ahead and pan back out, and we'll go ahead and vape on it a little bit more. So sorry about the close-up there. It's a little bit dark. Trying to get the lighting on there with dark pieces inside. It's a little challenging, but yeah. So let me go ahead and just put a few drops of juice down in this guy as I just leak it all over the place, because that's what I do. I've got to say, I'll do a separate review of this Mutation X version 3. Really been liking it, been using it for the last week or so. And I got to say, I like it a lot. So I'm going to give it a vape. Yeah, it's real smooth draw. Love it, love it. I had a little leakage out the side there. I think I put too much in. I think I had some juice in there prior. So that's pretty much it. You can head on over to V-Spot Vapes and check them out. You're also, everything that you see here, the Mutation X V3 we have, I'll link that up in the description. The coils I built, I use the VapoWire, which is also another American-made product. A1 Canthal, can't go wrong. Just got two, yeah, it's pretty heavily wicked. Two 24 gauge 8-wrap coils, so putting off for a about a 0.4 ohm build. And the cotton's a little saturated, and that's my fault. And then as well as the cotton is the Samurai organic cotton, which I'll have linked from the description as well. So feel free to pop on over and check those out if you want to get the same exact builds you can, or just, if you just like the SMK Flagship, that's cool too. You can follow me on Twitter at VSpotJosh, as well as VSpot Vapes, and Instagram, VSpotJosh and VSpot Vapes. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them up in the comments down below, or on the blog, or wherever you're watching this from. Hopefully you've got an area down below to put some questions down there, and be more than happy to answer them for you. I think I pretty much covered everything. As far as one thing is, I haven't I haven't checked the voltage drop on this, but from others researched, it's around 0.3 volts, which is really impressive. I think the Manhattan's somewhere around 0.4, and that's under full load. So, it really is just an all-around mod that's going to provide a consistent, satisfying vape. Of course, you want to make sure you're using, solid batteries that are, safe and, not stressing your battery beyond the point that it should. We'll be posting some information as well on our site, and I think Joel's going to be putting out some content about battery safety, because I think a lot of that is somewhat confusing sometimes when you're talking about resistances and all of that. So, you know, as we do more mechanical mods, RDA reviews, wire and stuff, we'll cover a little bit more in depth, so stay tuned for that as well. But thanks for watching, and until next time, again, this is Josh from vSpotVapes.com, and vape on. Yeah. It does taste like summer. I just spilled the bottle for the second time on this video, because that's what you do when you're a professional. You gotta knock the camera, you gotta spill the juice. Otherwise, you know, it's just too perfect.